Okay, here we are in Hackney of all places, here in London.
How about that? All right.
Gives me great pleasure to be here with John Oates. And tonight you played, is it the MOTH Club, I believe?
Yeah,
and,
how about that? The Working Man's Club.
Yes, the Workingmen's Club as well, yeah, very true.
Another notch on the belt.
Yeah, exactly. From the O2 Arena to Hackney Workingmen's Club.
Hey, you know what? It's music, man.
Yeah, exactly. And I'd say the first question, it was a very intimate show tonight.
Yeah.
So how was it for you?
I liked it. I was really pleasantly surprised because I wasn't sure if, people were going to accept some people come with a preconceived notion about what I might do. And of course I have this album, Arkansas, that's very, it has a lot of music from the 20s and 30s. And I wanted to make sure I got that across, but at the same time I kind of had to feel out the crowd as we went. And I think I hit the home run at the end.
Yeah, most definitely. We'll talk about it in a moment, actually. Do you often perform solo acoustic shows, like one-man shows?
I do. But when I do, it's a lot more... this was kind of tight because it was a 30-minute set and there was a lot of performers. So I had to kind of tighten up all the stories. But most of the time I tell a lot of stories, a lot of more involved stories, and I talk about collaboration and all that kind of stuff. So it depends on the setting and it depends on the thing. But I perform with my band. Yeah. I have a group called the Good Road Band, and we've been on tour behind the Arkansas album for about a year and a half now. So unfortunately, tonight was just me, and so it was, you kind of feel out what's happening when you're on stage.
Excellent. And I was at the album Arkansas, and you just mentioned it goes back to the 20s and 30s. And one guy who's been a big inspiration of yours is Mississippi John Hurt.
Correct.
Not many of us in the UK will know him, so tell us more about John.
Well, he recorded between 26 and 29 on OK Records. Then he worked on a cattle farm for the rest of his life until the early 60s when he was rediscovered with the folk revival. He came to Philadelphia quite often because his manager was from Philadelphia. His manager happened to live across the street from my guitar teacher. So John Hurt would sleep on my guitar teacher's couch. So I got to meet him, and I used to go every time he played at the Philadelphia Folk Festival or the Second Fret, which are in the Main Point, which were the big coffee houses at the time. I would watch him, and I just loved his style. I thought he was totally unique. He, a lot of people mistake him for a Delta bluesman, but he's really not. He's more of a country blues. And he lived in Avalon, Mississippi. He was in the hill country of Mississippi. And I learned all his songs. I mean, I literally learned his songs from the time I was a teenager. So, when people hear me do this music, they always say, wow, how did he learn how to do this? I've been doing it for 50 years. But people didn't know that because, of course, the Hall & Oates experience outweighs everything. And I managed to buy his guitar. Just recently. I own his guitar, the one that he played at Newport in 1964.
Is there a Hall & Oates song that we can hear John Hurt in? Can we hear his inspiration?
You'd have to go back to the Hall & Oates album, and you'd have to go back to the Abandoned Luncheonette album, where I'm finger picking and playing a little bit more like that. In fact, interestingly enough, on the Hall & Oates album and the Abandoned Luncheonette, I am playing John Hurt's guitar.
Oh wow!
The one that then disappeared for 35 years into a collection in Colorado, which I then just bought this year. So it came back to me in a way, and in a way it was almost like a gift for doing this album, as a kind of a kismet thing,
Fabulous, absolutely fabulous. I say you're over here specifically for the Americana UK Music Awards. Yes. You've flown in from Nashville, I believe. Is it Nashville you're flown in from? So in Nashville, what bands can you recommend to UK people to check out?
Everybody.
Yeah, good answer.
Well, I've been involved in the Americana Association in Nashville since almost its beginning, about 10 years ago. And, it's just been, I felt at home when I got to Nashville. I knew I wasn't going to be involved in country music, contemporary country music. And what I love about the Americana genre is that it's really pretty wide-ranging. You can play blues, you can play bluegrass, you can play, Appalachian or whatever, So I felt like I could find a home there, and began playing with people like Sam Bush and Jerry Douglas, and going on tour a little bit with them and testing the waters, and little by little became accepted into the community. So there's so many people. I mentioned my good buddy Jim Lauderdale, who I think is brilliant, there's so many people. I don't even know where to begin. Milk Carton Kids are incredible. Rihanna Giddens, incredible. There's so many.
Do you think it's the most new, the most exciting form of rock music there is at the moment?
I think Americana is really just scratching the surface of where it can go. Because here again, one of the reasons is because it has very wide boundaries. It's not, you don't pigeonhole the music. And I think it's very accepting, and I think it's for people, regardless of the style of music. I think that people who are attracted to Americana are people who just are music lovers. Pure music lovers, and they have an open mind. So I think open-mindedness, and you know, a love of roots music is what it's all about.
Absolutely fabulous, yeah. Obviously, you're back here again soon, is it? April, I believe.
Coming back with Daryl.
Daryl Hall on Giants Tour, playing the arenas again.
Yeah, playing Wembley.
What's the secret of your longevity?
Desperation and greed.
Yeah, we'd like honesty.
You can print that for me. No. Daryl and I are like brothers. We really are, and we are very proud of the music that we made together. And it's really amazing. We don't pal around. We don't hang out that much. But when we get together, it's as if time stops. And we have an incredible band. I mean, the Hall & Oates band is just off the charts. And so for me, I have the best of all worlds. I get to play with this amazing Hall & Oates band and play this legacy of hits, which, you know, the younger generation have now embraced and seems to resonate across generations. And I get to play with my Good Road band and do shows like this, which give me a chance to tap into my roots. So it's really like, I think it's like the ultimate situation for a performer.
I think the great thing about Hall & Oates live, I only caught it for the first time myself, like last year at the O2 Arena. And I was really amazed. You don't play it like the record, you know, there's a lot of improvisation going on there, a lot of drawn out jams.
Well, one thing Daryl and I have always been conscious of, we never wanted to become a kind of a parody of ourselves, or a kind of a human jukebox where we just spit out these songs that sound exactly like the record. You know, we come from an R&B tradition. You know, the Uptown Theater in Philadelphia, where I saw Otis Redding and the Miracles and the Temptations and Sam and Dave, you know, when they played their songs live, it was like James Brown live. The tempos are jacked up, the energy's jacked up, and we come from that tradition. So when we play our songs live, we're not trying to replicate a record. The record's already out there. You can listen to that all you want. We want to give the audience something different, an energy that you know, that is really, it's based on live. They're two completely different animals.
And one song you played tonight, you played one Hall & Oates song tonight, you ended with it, She's Gone.
Right.
And you said on stage, you said that was the first song you ever played in the UK at the
New Vic
Theatre. Yeah, so what your memories of that?
Oh, it was amazing. In fact, that show, believe it or not, it was documented on black and white video. And on our box set that we released about 5 or 6 years ago, I pulled some audio from that recording, and there's 4 songs from that. So if you want to hear what the Hall & Oates band sounded like in 1974, you can hear that on the box set. It was a great experience because we didn't know what to expect. We had never been to Britain before, so you know, we were excited, obviously, to come. And we got on stage, and people went crazy. And we had no idea. We were being touted as this indie kind of underground indie band, you know, and because we didn't have any hits. I mean, we weren't behind these, you know, this giant, series of hits. We were basically kind of, and we played all kinds of eclectic stuff, and you know, instrumental, you know, kind of prog stuff, and you know, whatever to fill out a show. I mean, really is what happened. And I think we ended up playing She's Gone twice. I think there was such a big encore, and we had no more songs. So we went out and played it again. You know, so.
Maybe that's why you remember it so well.
Exactly.
John, it's been fabulous talking to you. The album Arkansas is out now.
Yes, sir.
And we'll see you on tour in April.
You got it. I'll be there. I'll be the short one on 11.
I'll be there too. Another colourful shirt. All the best for the future. Thank you.
Cool, man. All right.
Cheers. Thank you. That's
All
great.
Good.